We just counted down to ourselves and listened to the music. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Masked Educator Show. We know we're for sure 30 seconds late because we just watched the countdown and didn't go live. That was my fault. So welcome. We're so glad you're here. And of course, if you have joined us before, you know that we are the Masked Educator, where fun is mandatory, learning is optional. And if you have not been here before, welcome. We are so glad you're here. And so, of course, like I just said, fun is mandatory, learning is optional. I'm glad I came up with that off the top of my head because I wasn't sure I was right for a second. Tonight, if you are joining us, we have our very special guest back, and Jennifer Casa-Todd could not be here with us tonight. And although we love Jen as much as we can possibly love another human, Sarah is also one of our favorite people in the whole world. And so we're so excited to have Sarah with us, Dr. Sarah Thomas. So for anybody who's been living under a rock and does not know who you are, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself, Dr.
Yeah, sure. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me here. This is like a dream come true. It's like a two-peat. So, you know, I'm back. Guess who's back? Back again. Sarah's back. Tell a friend. And yeah, so by day, I'm a regional tech coordinator in a very large district in Maryland. And by rest of the day and night, then I am the founder of EduMatch, you know, a grassroots organization that builds connections among educators and amplifies voices of educators and educational stakeholders. So super excited to be here.
And we're so glad you're here. How about you, Tisha?
Yes, we're so glad you're here, Sarah. I missed out when you were here last time because you filled in for me. So this is super fun to have you on the show. I am Tisha Richmond. I'm a tech integration specialist in Southern Oregon in a little town called Medford, and also the author of Make Learning Magical. Excited for another episode.
Yes, this is always my favorite part of a Friday night. My name is Mandy Froehlich, and I am a education consultant. I should probably get that right because it sounds bad if my grammar's wrong when I'm introducing myself, but an educational consultant, and I write some books and things like that, and I'm always excited to be here on a Friday night. So thank you so much for joining us. We have some faithful people who are always here. Sarah is usually one of them, but Kristen Marie is definitely another one. So thank you so much for being here, Kristen. And we're going to go on to a little bit of the object of the game. So the object of the game is pretty simple. You are going to guess who the Masked Educator is before one of us do. And we are playing against the audience. So you guys are going to try to beat us. Tonight, Tisha has brought in a guest and has brought in our Masked Educator. So I am going to be going up against Dr. Sarah Thomas, which is a formidable opponent, if I must say so myself, because she is always getting this right. So yeah, so you have to guess the Masked Educator. Now, we have a new rule with the Masked Educator that if once the audience hits, is it 10,000 points, Tisha? Then we will be giving away a book. I believe it was.
That sounds right. We're going to go with it.
Something like that. We're going with that this episode. We might change it for next episode if we forget what we said, but it's something like that. Once we get to 10,000 points, we'll be giving away one of our books to an audience member once the audience member is able to beat us. So while we usually say the points don't matter because they really don't, in that case, if you want a book, they kind of do. So how do you win? So if you guess the correct answer at the clue package, you get 1,500 points. After question 1, you get 1,000. Question 2, 750. Question 3, 500. Question 4, 250. We add up those points and we add them to a weekly total, which we'll be showing you in a second. We also have a clue slide. We have a clue package, and if you guess something on the clue package, we give you about 150 points, and for each one that you guess. So In order to do that, you are going to go, you can put anything on the clue package into the chat. That is fair game. However, the thing you are not going to put into the chat under any circumstances is the name of the person that you think is in the mask. that person, you may not put their name anywhere, nowhere, except bit.ly/capital letters lock it in. And so if you have a guess and you think that you are right, as soon as you do, go to bit.ly/capital letters lock it in, and you will find a form there that you are able to fill out and put in your guess. And we will take a look at those and award the appropriate points to the audience should you get any and beat Sarah and I. But, I mean, honestly, the chances that you're going to do that are very slim because, you know, we're good at this game. So, so as far as the leaderboard goes, it's not updated. This is not correct. It's not. It's close, but it's not. Because the person who would typically update our leaderboard is our friend Jen, who is not here tonight. So this is sort of what it is.
And I want to just say that I think I guessed last week, so I'm pretty sure that my point should be higher. I just want to throw that out there.
You think so, huh? That's true, which would mean that you're finally above me. I mean, it's only taken you like 7 episodes. So
true. Hey,
yeah,
I'll take it.
Just saying. All right.
Oh, okay. Look, Scott is here. Hi, Scott. So glad you could join us.
All right. There we go. Are you ready?
All right, let's do this.
We're ready.
Okay. All right. So first thing we're starting out with tonight is the clue package. The clue package, you can again guess 150 points. If you or you can get 150 points. Did you? Oh no. Hang on. Oh, okay, good. There we go. All right. Okay, so EA. So they do karate.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe a little more broad.
They're black belt in karate.
We're gonna say that martial arts.
Oh, okay. Martial arts. All right.
Martial arts. Oh man.
Okay.
Oh.
Tisha, are you keeping track of points?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm going to right now.
They're a podcaster.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out what these other images are. I see a turtle.
So somebody was just talking on either Facebook or Twitter a couple weeks ago that they were supposed to be swimming with the turtles that week, whatever week that was. Is it someone who swims with turtles? Or
I don't think I can give you that one. But when they come on, they might change that.
So I see a T and some colors. Are they like an art teacher or something?
No.
So I feel like, so we have conferences, but not all those conferences are, do they build sandcastles?
Yes.
Oh, who was just telling us about sandcastles? Oh my goodness, we just had this conversation. Or I saw this conversation somewhere. Who was that? Was it Scott? Nunes? Was it?
I don't know. He's on the...
I know. But that would be tricky. Yes, Kristen, we do know that if you don't capitalize Lock It In, it does go to a different site. It goes to a site that talks about bodies. That's why we're very specific about putting in capitalized Lock It In, because, well, I mean, unless you like that kind of stuff. So let's see. Somebody who builds sandcastles at conferences. That seems oddly specific.
I know, right? Oh man, I'm trying to figure out, like, that top left graphic is driving me nuts. I'm trying to figure out what that is. Calligraphy? I mean, it's not.
No.
It's like graphic art stuff, isn't it? Or like,
It's primary colors. The red, blue, yellow, those are primary colors. Primary teacher? Handwriting?
I feel like the T means something too, because Tisha's always like,
Oh man, this is tough.
I know it is. I think we might
Is our
have to bring
guest-
them in.
Is our guest here?
Yeah. Yep. They're here.
Okay.
All right. Let's bring in the guest.
Kristen already locked it in.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Oh wow.
Oh my goodness. I don't even know what.
It's a T-Rex, right?
Wow.
Is that what the T
Yeah.
stands for?
That is amazing. All right.
Yeah. Oh, look at
So-
that.
Rex.
He's got the earphones. That's kind of scary. How do people have these masks just laying around? That's why I want to know. Like, how is that a thing? All right.
So who wants to ask the first question?
So, a dinosaur in space. Okay. Sarah can go first since she's our guest host.
Okay. Mystery T-Rex guest. Do we know one another?
Yes, we do.
What?
Yes, we do.
Oh, we do. Okay. All right.
Huh. Okay. So,
I didn't ask, did you guys want to make a guess before we ask questions? I don't think we asked that question.
I have no idea.
have I been a guest on your podcast?
Yes, you
T-Rex, do you have a book?
have. No book yet.
What?
No book yet.
Oh, not yet? Not just yet? Okay.
You do know that half of us work at a publishing company, right?
Mhm.
Oh man.
Okay. I think it might be Scott.
Are you locking it in?
I have no hat. Can I just put something on my head? Like, I have nothing to put on my head. But yeah, I think I want to lock it in.
All right, can I ask one more question?
Yep.
T-Rex, are you on Boxer?
Yes.
You are. Okay. Oh man. I don't even know. I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna lock it in.
Okay, you're gonna lock it in. Okay. So Kristen, I'm gonna ask one more question. Kristen is asking, are you female?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So the answer, Kristen, is no. Okay, so I locked it in first. So I'm guessing Scott.
The answer is yes!
Oh,
Yay!
Nice. Wow. Great job.
It was, for me, it was the actually the sandcastle that gave it away.
Oh, I knew it.
I remember we had this conversation recently, or I was listening to this conversation, or I saw pictures of you at the sandcastle. I can't remember what one it was, but yeah, I happened to remember about the sandcastle piece of it. So
That's
That
too
is
funny.
awesome. I was so excited to invite Scott Nunes on this show. He's just such an amazing friend and supporter and encourager. And I am just every day inspired by what he shares out on social media. And I know time and time again, he is just, just been one of those people that uplifts me and encourages me in my journey. And I just appreciate you so much, Scott. And
Likewise.
I would love for you to just introduce yourself and share a little bit about yourself with the listeners.
Yeah, for those that don't know, I'm Scott Nunes. I'm an instructional technology coach out of Modesto, California, and formerly a graphic designer. And and I think it was Sarah that guessed swimming with the turtles. I have done that. I rescued a turtle, but I would count that. That's pretty close. Because I put snorkeling and I put turtles. I didn't put them together, but it works. And then I have a couple podcasts, the TNT EdTech podcast that I do with Matthew Ketchum, and then Education Today.
Yeah,
right.
awesome. So I think, was there anything else on that? So I guess it was a little misleading that I put the names of the conferences on the sandcastle. I was just kind of trying to disguise them a little bit, I guess. And so those are just conferences that Scott has spoken at. I was trying to find the right grammatical way to say that.
we're having problems with that tonight.
I know. And then you're on the right track, Mandy, when you said I should give you a point for that, probably for the graphic design, because you said something, I feel like it has something to do with graphic design, but he does have a graphic design background. So that's what the T and the little color
Pen tool and the colors. Yeah.
So,
and you're a black belt.
Not a black belt, but a martial artist. My parents had a karate studio growing up, so that was a big part of my life. Never quite made it to the black belt.
So you were the karate kid. You were the
I was the karate kid. Yeah.
Nice.
You could have used that to pick up chicks back in the day. Even now, because
I'm taken now, so I'm good.
That's so funny. Have you seen Cobra Kai?
I have. I have not seen the latest season though.
Okay.
So I'm up to season 2.
Yeah, that's a good show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was amazed at how many of the original cast they were able to bring back. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so many, right?
Yeah. Super
no
fun.
And I like the new kids that they have playing the parts that they're playing as well. It's sometimes when they try and bring in, like, they've got the original cast of something and they try to bring in some more characters, it just feels like it doesn't work and there's not a lot of symmetry between the characters. But I think that they did a really nice job of integrating the new characters in that show.
Yeah, I do too. So, Scott, your beard is kind of tripping me out right now.
I know.
It looks like either things are flying in it or it's like moving.
I wonder if I move. No, it's not getting me. Oh, it's a little better.
No, but your teeth are kind of disappearing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No teeth.
So
it's not letting me edit it.
If you don't know Scott, he does have all his teeth. He's not actually missing teeth, as it appears.
We go.
Now. Yeah.
There we go.
There you go. All right, Scott. So we have something called the Masked Educator wheel. Are you familiar with the wheel?
Brush me up on it.
Okay. So the Masked Educator wheel is we spin the wheel and then you are asked to do certain things as the wheel lands on certain tasks. And so this is the part of the Masked Educator where we hope you're wearing pants, because sometimes it requires you to get up out of your chair. So let me get this in here. There we go. All right.
Okay.
This is one of my favorite parts of Masked Educator is the wheel. Oh, got our newest one that we just added.
Okay.
Scott,
Ooh.
please recite a nursery rhyme.
A nursery rhyme. Okay. I'm gonna try one. I don't even know if I remember it clearly, but let's try it. Humpty Dumpty had a great wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again.
It's pretty close.
That's close. It's not right, but it is
No,
close.
see, I knew it was gonna be off.
It was very close.
You had a wall and he fell, and there were soldiers. I mean, you had the basics of it.
What did I miss?
I don't know that the original one was great. I don't know that they. I don't know that he had a great wall. That was good, Scott.
The one nursery rhyme that I remember, because my family was a little odd, right? So my great grandmother, her name was Bingo Grandma. Well, I mean, that wasn't her real name, but that's what I called her. And she used to tell me this super inappropriate nursery rhyme. It went, the monkey, he got drunk. He tried to fool the skunk. The skunk got wise and pissed in his eyes. And that was the end of the monk. Those are the kinds of nursery rhymes that I grew up with. Okay. So, so I don't even really know if Humpty Dumpty is right because I never actually learned Humpty Dumpty. I learned about drunk monkeys instead. Oh, I can't recite another. Yeah, Scott, recite another nursery rhyme. I forgot to take it off. Hang on. Close it. There.
This is so cool. I think it's grown since I last watched.
Yeah, it definitely has. All right. This is where you need pants. Charades of your favorite movie.
I'll do one right now. Hopefully you can see. I'm going to back my camera up. Okay. Let me see. Oh, you're not going to be able to see. I don't have enough space. Let's see. Maybe. Okay. You all ready?
We're ready.
We're ready.
All right. Hang on.
Okay.
Karate Kid.
Yep.
That was it?
That was good.
That was good.
Hey, thanks.
I couldn't see the top of the hand, so I wasn't sure exactly what was happening.
Yeah, what were they doing up there? Trying to stay balanced.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was good.
Wow, the fact that you can actually do that is super impressive.
Yeah, it's amazing. It sticks with you. I encourage everyone that has small children, if you want them to be able to remember it, get them started young. I started informally when I was 3 years old, and then my parents started the studio when I was around 6, and I did it up until I was about 11 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Oh, yeah.
That's very cool.
I love any of those sports where their focus is really I'll give an example. So both my boys played college football and they played baseball in high school. But when my boys were younger, they did karate and wrestling. And in both of those sports, the coaches were very strict about how polite they were and how they did their chores. And it was a lot of discipline. And sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do. And that means you go and you do your laundry or put your laundry away or whatever it was. And it was fantastic. Like, it was a really good, just like learning experience for my boys in general. So
baseball.
Yeah.
So I can do laundry.
Yeah, my son did karate too when he was little, and he loved it.
Yeah, really good for focus too.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. All right. I'm going to spin the wheel again.
Yeah,
Come
do it again.
on. Are you serious?
Do it again.
Recite a nursery rhyme. We're removing that one. Okay.
We don't see the wheel to do that.
What? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. You didn't need to see it. There you go. All right.
Oh,
Your favorite snack food?
dried mangoes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the non-sugary ones from Costco.
Okay.
Yeah. They're organic too. They're really expensive. It's like $16.99 for like a pound, but they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like dried mangoes. I get them at Trader Joe's.
I don't think I've ever had those.
Yeah. Awesome.
Delicious. And nutritious.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
You were hoping for that other one, weren't you?
Close.
Mandy's always so disappointed when it lands on the magical moment.
But it missed show us a dance move. I mean, it gets so close to show us a dance move and moves into magical moment. I mean, those are two very different choices. Okay.
Yeah, I would say one of my magical moments was getting a note from a student that was extremely challenging for me. The student really hated me and let me know that, literally said that, like, I hate you. I can't stand to be in your class. It's like, okay, what do you kind of say to that? And I was a little demoralized for like a day or two, maybe 3. And then I decided, you know what? When I've been in the workplace and there's been somebody that's like that, I just try to kill them with kindness, and not like over the top, but just clear, consistent care and kindness. And after months and months of that, encouraging the student, I printed or 3D printed the student an egg, and it had a little car in there, and they wrote me a nice little note there. They had a family member that was recently incarcerated, and they were having a really hard time with that, and they did not want to be at school. They were really struggling in many areas, and that really brightened up their day and kind of time. And that student really turned around behaviorally. And so it was a great moment. And, tying it in with martial arts, if you don't like it, at first kind of stick with it, learn to love to do the things that you don't want to do. And eventually you'll develop a sincere passion for doing those things. And you can turn a weakness into a strength. You could take something that you don't like and turn it into a joy. And so it was definitely more of a joy-filled experience to be around that student after that. Their attitude changed for the better, for sure.
That's a beautiful story. I love that. And I found in my journey too that sometimes it's those kids that I think just really don't like my class or don't like me. They're the ones that either find me on social media after they've graduated or come back and visit. And I think, I didn't even think you liked my class,
Right.
And it's really, really awesome. And just that to show that consistent care and kindness, it makes such a difference.
Yeah, I agree. And I'd be surprised with your class too, Tisha, the culinary arts, that's a super fun subject. And the way you do it with, I'm going to mess it up, but your greatest food race.
Yeah, the food truck race.
Food truck race, yeah.
Yeah. Well, there have been kids that wasn't their cup of tea.
Mm-hmm. But what I always love about the magical moment in teaching one is that whenever that's been chosen by the wheel, it always results in a story that's about relationships. It's, we've never had anyone get on here and say, well, there was this day that I taught this absolutely amazing English lesson. Nobody ever says that. And I just think it goes to show how much of the magic we encounter is rooted in the relationships with the people around us.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah. Nobody ever brags about that lesson where you're having the kids fill out the worksheet either, right?
Right. Yeah. Maybe we should sometime just be like, do you guys remember that one worksheet? So awesome.
Ooh.
Okay, so this one is actually Jen's. So in celebration of missing Jen, the wheel chose social media for good. So if you could tell us something that like you've seen social media being used for good, or you've used social media for good as an example.
He does a lot.
You know, somebody that continually uplifts others is Andy Knieven. He's an MIE expert, Flipgrid ambassador, super techie, and he doesn't let things keep him down or slow him down. Currently, he's still suffering from Bell's palsy, and it's been quite a while. Having had that in the past, I can relate. It's pretty miserable, and I was super self-conscious, and he didn't let that slow him down. He's still making Flipgrid videos, still sharing, and still modeling for his students. And all along the way, he's making super cool graphics for people. Today, he made me a super sweet GIF because I was highlighted as the MIE or Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert of the Month of March.
Awesome.
And yeah, he took the time to make me a custom graphic, and actually so did Kathy Krasnowski. So shout out to both of them.
Aww.
That is awesome. Well, you're a perfect example of that, Scott. I mentioned that in your introduction, that you are continually encouraging others, shouting out other people, and it's so meaningful, and I appreciate it so much every time that you do that. And I think we all look to people like you on social media to just keep us going and inspiring us. So thank you so much for all you do every day to support other educators everywhere.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's something I enjoy to do. I try to focus on the positive, especially when things are crazy right now. Right? Earlier this week, I was venting to Sarah, telling her, hey, I have this going on. I got this going on. So it's not like everything's always perfect, right? I'm not trying to front. Things aren't always perfect, but rather than focus on the negativity, I'd rather focus on the positive and uplift rather than tear down. Tearing down just doesn't work for me.
Right. Well, we appreciate it so much, and I know that everybody does who knows you. And if you aren't following Scott Nunes on social media, you definitely want to. And we usually share it at the end of our show. But once you share out now, how can people follow you on social media?
Yeah, the easiest way on all the social media, platforms is at Mr. Nunes Teach, spelled Nunes. And you can catch the TNT EdTech podcast at TNT EdTech, and Education Today at Education Today 8, because there were 7 other ones before I came up with that great idea.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Well, I so appreciate you being on the show today, Scott. I was so excited when you said yes to my invitation, and you, I think, might have other than John Spike, who had the automated voice changer.
Yes.
Like that was like you did that just on your own. That was an impressive voice change. Like people didn't even know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a voice changer?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I just do it with my kids. Like when I'm being silly, like when you're really tired at night and you still got to stay awake to take care of your kids. You got to come up with like the oddest things, or making animal noises. That's the other one. I do some pretty good animal noises.
Oh, that sounds like something that needs to go on the wheel.
Absolutely, right? It does.
Yeah.
Why don't you give us a preview of what that could sound like?
I'll give you probably like my 2 best. So probably like dog/wolf. Like there's a bunch of different like dog barks. So you got like woof, woof, or you got woof, woof, or and then you got the howl, and then probably the next best one would probably be the cow, because or the moo, because I grew up on a dairy early on, and lots of my family members were dairymen. So here's the cow.
That was good.
Yeah. Being from Wisconsin, I can vouch for that.
Okay.
That is what they sound like. Well, the happy ones sound like that.
Yeah,
The
right.
sad ones don't, but that was a happy cow.
That's fantastic. Yes, let's not forget that needs to go on the wheel for next time, Mandy.
Yes, I will
Your
make a note.
best animal sound.
Yep. Fun.
I love it. I love it. Well, I can't believe this time always flies by so fast. I can't believe it's already 5:35. And I want to thank Sarah for being our co-host tonight. We always love you joining in the audience. We love having you on to co-host with us. So thank you so much for being willing to join the fun of the Masked Educator.
Oh, absolutely. Thank y'all so much for having me on. I always have a blast watching and a blast participating. So thank you.
Well, we love having you on. So
we do so much.
So we will be having another Masked Educator in 2 weeks. So the 26th, I believe it is, or something to that effect, 2 weeks from tonight. So if you, if you're willing to share the Masked Educator out with your PLN, please do. We love it when people watch and people comment and message us on it all the time. And it's absolutely amazing because we have so much fun and we really want everyone else to have fun as well. So please share it out with your PLN. If you want to quickly, you can do that at bit.ly/maskededucator. And again, we will be back at the same time 2 weeks from now with, actually, I don't know who has the next guest.
It's a surprise.
Why do we never know this? I feel like we should be a little more on top of things. But one of 3 people will have a guest on here. So we hope that you all have a fantastic night. And thank you so much, Scott, for being on.
Yes.
Thank you. Appreciate
Bye,
you
everyone.
all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.